Blessed risings, good afternoon or good evening, depending on where in the world you are tapping in from. You got to keep in mind that Keep It P podcast is a global show. And today, on this episode of Keep It P podcast, we will be discussing Dr. Umar Johnson's new group, Starts Big Debate About FBA Identity. Listen. The bottom line about this new group, it is called DAFA, DAFA, which stands for Descendants of African Freedmen in America. Okay, dumbass free Africans from here on out. Okay, dumbass free Africans. Gotcha. Now listen, they want us to be Africans so bad. Why? Why? He says the group is meant to represent Black Americans whose ancestors were freed in the United States. What are you talking about? Then how'd you get African? Oh, yeah, okay, you dumbass free Africans. Okay, I got you. Right. So you're talking about immigrants then. Is that what you're talking about? Is that what you're talking about? But really, what it sounds like is you're talking about is foundational Black Americans that were already here, that were already free because they weren't in bondage. They didn't come from Africa on the ship. They had already made voyages. They had already, you think just everybody stayed over in the continent of Africa and no one migrated nowhere. They didn't travel, they didn't explore, they didn't do none of that. They didn't go conquer other nations. No, that didn't happen. They just stayed right in the continent of Africa. Right? Come on, that don't even make sense. It don't even make sense. You trying to make a new label that's already foundational Black American. So you're not making a new nothing. You're just trying to rebrand to somehow put African in there. And why would you want to put African in there? You want me to tell you why? You want me to tell you why? No, PoopTube already took down some of my videos recently, so I can't have that. So as much as y'all might hate me taking the time to do this, or you might be impatient and you get upset with me and you don't want me to put this free fair use on the screen, I don't care what you're talking about. I'm not going to put my blood, sweat, and tears into the knowledge of these videos for them just to take them off and give me strikes to try to take me off air, because that's what they want to do anyways, for exposing these truths that these uncomfortable conversations nobody wants to have. Now, back to why he wants to put African, right? Why does Dr. Umar Johnson want to put African in FBA so bad? Why does he have to? This is why. Fair use, PoopTube.
Peace and love, Black families. The Prince of Pan-Africanism, Dr. Umar Johnson, live and direct. I'm here in Cuba. We down on the South Coast having a good time. Really.
Right. So he's just in Cuba, right? He's having a good time, right? Because he's just visiting. He's on vacation, right? That's what he's doing, just chilling on the beach. Let him continue.
Enjoying myself. You know, I have a great grandfather who was from Cuba, who migrated to the United States of America. I had.
Did you hold on? Did y'all hold up? Wait a minute.
Grandfather who was from Cuba, who migrated to the United States of America. I had the blessing of meeting him. Great grandfather who was from Cuba, who migrated.
Did you hear that?
I'm here.
Well, I'll be damned. I might as well tell you who I am. Did he just tell you who he is? I am the capital Cuban, and I'm the one that's always capping. I've been watching you, watching me. Unlike the fat of your back, it's plain to see that you're a wannabe FBA, but you can't be what you're not. So you better start living with what you got, boy. Huh? And y'all, no, he one of us. He just trying to put us all together. And he a tether the
Cuba,
whole time.
We down on the South Coast having a good time, really enjoying myself. You know, I have a great grandfather who was from Cuba, who migrated to the United States of America. I had the blessing of meeting him prior to his transition unto the next level. And so it was an honor to meet that great grandfather of mine. He was Cuban. And so it was important for me to come, you know, as someone who studies the ancestors.
So you're a Cuban. Who's the ancestors, right? He says the ancestors, trying to make y'all assume he's talking about foundational Black Americans when, hold up, wait a minute. Let me put some tether in it. That's what he's doing. And this is what I'm saying. We got to really deep dive into people's paperwork. And now he's trying to hijack. That's what this is. With his little, I don't even be trying to use profanity. Y'all know if you watch my videos, I don't even get down like that. But this group, dumbass free Africans, come on, man. See, FBA already means the people whose families were built in America for generations after slavery. We already got that. The focus is on American history because we had built here, right? We ain't talking about where humans originated from thousands of years ago, millions of years ago. We're not talking about that. Everyone already knows humanity started in Africa. That part is never no argument here. But the argument and discussion and debate is, after hundreds of years in America, don't people become part of the place where their culture was created? Right? Like people from Japan call themselves Japanese. People from France call themselves French, not dumbass free Africans. That's not what they do. Jamaicans call themselves Jamaicans. So why are we the only group that is told that we just got to keep calling ourselves something else? African American, right? This isn't about attacking anyone. Nobody else is being blamed and framed for wanting to live their identity. You got people born as a man saying their identity is a woman. They're switching it. They're changing it. They're trying to change science, but we're FBA, and so we can't have no identity, right? No, you're the only. Like, this is weird. And because we want to claim and our identity, that's like, now we're provoking people, we're attacking people. What? No, we're trying to be clear. Different Black groups have different histories. Haitians have Haitian history. Nigerians have Nigerian history, right? You got Caribbeans have Caribbean history. FBA simply want their own American lineage recognized the same way as everyone else. But we always got these infiltrating tethers that gotta, you African, so don't you never forget that now. Don't you ever now. But y'all ain't no. But at the same time, letting folks tell you you ain't got no culture and you gotta go reach to the beating of the drum from the tribal master warrior, right? With your dashiki. I ain't saying I ain't never wore a dashiki. What I'm saying is we're not haters, right? We have embraced that, and then we were told that no, you're different. We didn't start no division. We just accepted it, right? We're not the starters. We're not the originators of putting said division. All we did was say, hey, no, we love y'all, brothers and sisters. And we were told, nah, you're the redheaded stepchildren. We said, cool. We had the black medallions. I've said this before in videos. We had the African black medallions. We was doing the red, black, and green. What is you talking about? See? And with your dumbass free African group, Dr. Umar, you're trying to mix the identities and the realities again so that we get back on the same page when it comes to these reparations now, right? You don't want to have that talk. See, now you try, this is when you say it's complicated. Well, who would get it? Because when we speak about reparations, FBAs, not dumbass free Africans, it's based on specific harm done to specific people in American history. See, if everyone's grouped together, then responsibility becomes unclear. Right? That's why we're always skeptical of you tethers. And we always got to watchful eye out for you raccoons. See, this isn't about one person or one little funky organization or all you other little copycat joints trying to scream fake FBA. It's about identity. Who gets to define who you are? Make sure y'all, man, put that a like, man. Let me get a like. Let me get some comments, man. It don't cost you nothing to do that. Right? It don't cost you nothing to pull that off. Go ahead, subscribe for the vibe, like for the spike, comment your vomit, share if you care, if you dare, about getting black empowerment everywhere. Right? So who gets to define who you are? That's the question. And why does it become a problem only when foundational Black Americans define themselves? Right? Right? See, people are comfortable with every other country having boundaries except FBA boundaries. We're not trying to replace anyone else's identity. We're asking to keep our own. That's all. But what they didn't want is people talking about lineage, history, and who gets to define Black American identity. But that's what they didn't want. Because now it continues to amplify the voices of foundational Black Americans. And this conversation is not going to go away anytime soon. But it's still, the question is, why do they want us to be African so bad? And why are people mad at FBA identity? Why? Why you want to do me like that? But I ain't gonna hold you. I'm just gonna mold you, fold you, and scold you about being off code. Gonna leave you with 4 words as we always do around this time. Love, peace, blessings, and aloha. I gotta go ha for sure ha. You already know ha. Big brother, light bright, supremo, my T.